Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Game 2 of this best-of-3 series coming up right away between Liquid versus EG. The draft is already getting underway. Looks like Steam just had a little hiccup, so we won't have much of a delay. Gonna hop right into it, but predictions so far coming true. EG up 1-0. Still an easy 2-0 by your count, boys?
Not easy, but
Well,
2-0.
2-0.
I just think that was like a pretty crushing way to lose for Liquid. Sure, they played well. They probably look back on it and say, we could have won this game if we hadn't overextended the first time they pushed down mid, if they had actually burst down the tree, used the scythe, that they didn't. But at the same time, they had the game in their grasp. They let it slip away. That is a tough pill to swallow going into Game 2.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess we weren't quite as ready for the draft as I thought, so... Any other thoughts about this series, boys?
I think the draft's going to be really important for Liquid because last game, Liquid couldn't make that many mistakes with the draft that they had. Like, they had to be able to take a lot of towers, keep down Ember, and not give up any team fights, not overextend any pushes. And they made one, and then they were right back to square one, right back to even footing, whereas they had a lead for the majority of the game up to that point. So,
a lot of it comes down to the draft as well. We mentioned we thought Liquid should ban Ember and Naga, and then probably go for first pick Lycan. If they can't do that, maybe they get an Invoker, just some open-ended first pick. They could even go for like Ancient Apparition or Visage, but, well, the draft's underway, and I mean, we're ready to go into it now, so let's see. What have they picked?
Team Liquid's turn to pick.
First pick Lycan from Liquid, but they have given away Ember this time. They choose again to ban the Darkseer, and...
Did you see what just happened to you guys?
I'm speechless. I don't know.
Well,
Ember Tree once again. First, was it a Tree second pick last game as well? The exact same opening picks for EG?
it was, oh, yeah, except Liquid had second pick, but still.
Last game they first pick Ember,
well,
they had Tree in the second round of picks.
Go with what works, right?
Well, what's Liquid going to do to follow this up, I guess, is the main question. They go for the Lycan here. We've seen, when EG played against Empire in one of the games today, they went aggressive tri-lane with, it was Darkseer, who's banned, I guess, Treant Protector, and I think it might have been like a Dazzle +1, and maybe it was a Shadow Demon, and they were just diving the Lycan under the tower, creep skipping, just destroying him. I guess
what you should do.
With no Darkseer, they can't apply that pressure as easily, but... I feel like EG is going to want to at least they'll want to do something to slow the Lycan down, even if it's not a full-on aggressive tri-lane.
Jeez, banning out Darkseer 2 games in a row. Mr. Universe. Well, Liquid will go for a Batrider this game. I thought they should have gone for a Batrider last game. Centaur is nice and all, but after his initial burst, he can't really do that much, and oftentimes you're not even guaranteed a kill with the blink hoof stomp into a double edge. With Batrider, you're repositioning them so far in that usually they're going to die even if they get graved or defensive disrupt or overgrowth or whatever it may be, living armor.
I like this opening from Liquid. They get Batrider as well. I mean, sure, they had trouble with the tree last game. The Ember Tree combo very strong, but they just got 2 of the best and most versatile heroes in the game right now. Like in highest win rate hero in this patch, outside of like Ogre Magi with 9 games played, and Batrider, just a really versatile offlaner. Pretty good at burning through the Treant living armor as well, so I think it's a good draft.
They could also do like BOT shenanigans with Tinker in mid. I just think they needed a hero in mid that scaled a lot better with items. Like Tinker would have filled like a similar role, lane control against the Ember Spirit, and then global presence, but also scaling well. You can
do way more Lycan.
Yes, and I mean it was nice, but they couldn't take down any towers. Nature's Prophet is really strong if you want to take down towers, but once he gets like billions amounts of farm, you'd much rather have a Tinker.
It seemed that was the crux of Liquid's problem, was they thought they could take towers and they were just wrong.
Yes.
There was too much spam from EG. The Timber saw AoE, the Ember Spirit Sleight of Fist spam, and
the
Shadow ultimate. Poison even, and the Living Armor just healed the towers right back up. So, with a Lycan pick, I don't know if... Sure, the Treant's really good against Lycan in fights, but, I mean, is he actually going to stop Liquid from 5-manning a tower with Howl, Wolves, Necro? Probably not. So we'll see. It's just, in general, it just feels really dangerous to group against this Ember Tree combo, though. That seems to be where they just crush you the most, is if you clump up, they hit like a 4-5 hero overgrowth. That was what really sealed the deal for Liquid last game. And I wonder if they'll look to spread the map more instead of trying to group up so much.
Yeah, they could go for more split push style if they wanted to.
I mean, you mentioned the Tinker. You think he's still a good option here?
I think he's great. He's not like... Permahex is so good at dealing with Ember Spirit. I think you need a Silence or a disable in the mid lane, like a Scythe of Vice, not like a 1 or 2 second disable.
And the nice thing with the perma-hex as well is, who cares if he gets Living Armor or Disrupt? You just hex him again right after. So
Yeah, and he can just constantly spam Ghost Scepter too, so he doesn't actually die to Ember Spirit. Yeah, Quickfoot put out a lot of damage on the Furion last game, but he's just going to die in return. He even had a BKB and he still got trucked.
Now, where Liquid struggled the last time they tried to run the Tinker mid versus Ember was just getting through the laning stage intact. That's where Quickfoot died multiple times. He had a good start. He was winning the lane, then they just started ganking him. But since EG are running Tree, will they be able to gank him that effectively? I'm not sure. Tree, a pretty roamer. If you get close enough to be able to leech seed them, it's not the worst ganking spell in the world, but it's pretty weak. It's pretty weak.
He's good at taking towers.
Yeah, he is. That's true.
That's about it.
So I think if they want to go Tinker, Quickfoot will have a little more space, a little less pressure on him than that last game. But EG may just ban it here. They've already banned out one Quickfoot, well, two actually, I guess. The Invoker, the Storm, and now the Dazzle gets banned.
Dazzle's pretty good, I think, in conjunction with Lycan. Like, they need to be able to outlast your overgrowth and make sure significant damage isn't done. And just so much physical damage through. Also, with the heals and the wolves and Lycan, Ember Spirit will just drop like a rock, and Living Armor's not going to save him from that.
The other nice thing is Dazzle is kind of a good counter to Ember's physical damage. You just use the ult on your whole team, and it can turn the fights. And now EG pick up the Puck, which it's been Mason playing it, right?
Universe has been playing it most of the time.
Okay.
But Universe can play so many different heroes.
I saw Mason play it today, I want to say.
Oh, really? Oh.
But, yeah, I mean, I would have expected Universe. It seems like more of a Universe hero.
He has a really good Clock, a really good Darkseer.
Yeah. Puck is kind of in that wheelhouse.
Timbersaw, Puck, like, they can just pick whatever they want for Universe because you can't ban all of them. But Puck's really good here. He's decent here, I guess. He's not that great against split push, but always another source of initiation is good, and something to dump into Treant Protector's ultimate, and another way to lock him down for Ember Spirit to be able to do the deeps.
EG just love these mobile lineups, like these heroes that can just, especially for their cores, like heroes that can just be everywhere at once. We saw Universe, Blink Dagger, Timbersaw, just cutting off the waves, diving past towers. Arteezy, so often on mobility-based carries. I mean, not always, but the Ember seems to be his favorite right now, and, well, maybe they can still pick another for... And even when you look at what Mason's playing, it's like Weaver, it's Potom, so mobility is really the name of the game for EG.
This does leave open an Ancient Apparition pick for Team Liquid here, and we've seen how powerful that can be with in conjunction with the Lycan.
Well, they go Sandcane for now. I don't know if EG would go for Ancient Apparition. When you run a Treant, like, it is a decent laning support, but I feel like you just want some more reliable lockdown. Because the tree you already have to wait until you get level 6 to do anything.
Oh yeah, it looks like our overlay hasn't updated the Sand King quite yet, so my bad on that one, boys.
Uh-oh.
Spoiler alert.
I think it may have broke.
Yeah, you guys broke it.
EG's lineup last game, I think it was also like a 0 on the push, and that's one thing that they draft about their lineup. It's like, we have better late game, and we'll usually win in team fights, so I'm just going to wait for you guys to push into us, because we can't actually push ourselves, and we'll play a little bit greedier. But they're also good at responding to ganks, too. So I think you can either go like super all-out push so that Treant can't do anything versus it and Ember Spirit isn't big enough to actually handle it. But as of right now, teams are like kind of half-assing the push, and it just isn't working versus EG.
And it will be a Rubik for EG. So they get more of a reliable initiator as far as the support goes, and a hero that can steal a lot of good spells this game. The Lycan ult, we've seen that stolen quite a bit. Pretty much all of Lycan spells are decent. The Wolves are really good if you can get them. Sparrow Strike, Lasso. Nice Rubik pick if you can get to that stage of the game. And, well, Liquid now, with this early Sand King pick, they'll need a range support here. Probably want to leave their carry for last. Or not their carry, their solo mid. Let's see what they do.
I'm trying to think about what supports are good for them right now.
I feel like it's got to be a range support. They already have 2 melee heroes.
AA is like the go-to, I think, but I also think that they want more lockdown, because AA is just not good at locking down Ember Spirit. He will just zip out. So,
Bane. Yeah, there you go. I think that's pretty ideal. Good reliable lockdown for the Ember.
It's not
good
very
lockdown
good
for
versus
the Puck.
Rubik though. It's not
That's
that
true.
great versus Puck. It's so hard to catch a Puck with a Bane. They need a lockdown though. I'm trying to think of other supports that would have been much better. Like a Leshrac would be pretty good if they wanted to push down early, but he's just so squishy, would just easily die to
Let's
Ember.
go
and
learn,
Puck.
Ben. Let's go learn.
Learn?
Trying to learn.
This thing never works.
No, it doesn't load anymore. It used to be fine.
Yeah.
Sad days. That's
Sad
another
days
custom
indeed.
feature we have to implement is being able to see the hero pool at the touch of a button.
Yeah. It comes in
I
handy
actually can't believe
sometimes.
Valve hasn't added that to the game. That seems like a pretty basic, like, maybe you should be able to see all the heroes that are left when you're casting the game, but
Yeah.
10
Apparently not.
seconds remaining.
well, Prophet gets banned. They need the Quake for hero.
Team
I still
Liquid's
think
turn to ban.
Tinker still seems decent here.
I would go with the Tinker if I were Team Liquid.
And it's something that they're pretty comfortable with. This is an elimination match. I don't think you want to go for something super cheesy or off the wall.
What else does Quickfoot play?
10
He
seconds
loves Nature's
remaining.
Prophet. He loves Storm. Those are his like main.
He used
two
to play a lot of
go-to.
Lone Druid.
5
That's true.
seconds remaining.
Lone Druid Lycan, though, I just feel like they won't have the crowd control. I guess their supports bring a lot of
Radiant
lockdown.
team
They can
pick.
push like crazy though.
Liquid ban out Slark. So they are expecting this to be a universe puck and removing, I guess, again, like a semi-carry kind of ganker type that Mason could take up as his main hero.
Mm-hmm. I don't think Mason plays Slark very often though.
Yeah. Slark is good versus Bat, though,
Mm-hmm.
if you dark packed at the appropriate time. And it will be a Nyx as for EG's last
Team
pick, so
Liquid's turn to pick.
this is going to be, it looks like, it will be a Mason puck
Farm?
and a universe Nyx. Probably.
That's very interesting. They don't typically draft the hard ones though. Like last game they had what Ember and
They don't normally draft
Timber?
hard ones, but they normally
Yeah.
give Mason more of a semi-carry than
that's
puck.
true.
He did play puck earlier, I think, so. Well, Liquid, one more pick to go. They've got their supports. They'll need that solo mid for Quakefa.
10
And
seconds
this could be
remaining.
anticipating the Tinker pick.
This is
Because
true.
Nyx, Puck, even
5
Ember, these
seconds
three heroes are all
remaining.
pretty good at hunting and punishing a Tinker. Dragon Knight. Liquid say, you know what? We're just going to man up on you. Dragon Knight, pretty good hero against Ember. Very tanky, resilient to the physical damage.
And a hard disable.
Good hard disable versus the Puck and the Ember. I
like
actually
this
think this is a pretty good draft for Liquid.
Yes. I would say that Liquid's is slightly stronger than EG's.
I feel like Liquid's ability to, once they get their core items, I don't know if EG, this lineup does not feel nearly as scary at defending towers as last draft.
Definitely.
They
not.
don't have the Timbers, mass AoE. It's a game where I feel RTZ has to have a more farm if they're going to be forced into a defensive position.
They definitely have to protect them a lot better than they did in the first 10 minutes of the last game.
Ideal thing for EG is they just have a good laning stage, and Liquid are the ones on the back foot. Liquid want to be the ones forcing your towers with a blink on Bulba, hopefully a blink on Demon, Dragon Knight with,
10
some
seconds
pushing item,
remaining.
be it a BKB, or just, drums even, and
5
maybe the Lycan
seconds
Necro. But
remaining.
Liquid want to be grouping up and pushing, maybe after they find some pickoffs. EG would like to never let Liquid get to that stage of the game.
I would say Liquid definitely has better late game, though. They have a lot more lockdown. They have more options, too. They have about equal gank, I'd say, to EG with a Bat Rider, with a Sand King. They have better split push and, slightly better late game. So it's kind of on EG to make sure the laning phase doesn't go terribly, make sure the towers don't get taken down, and make sure Arteezy gets big.
Well, we'll introduce our teams now, guys. It's game 2 of a best-of-3 Liquid. They really thought they had EG pinned down and corralled, but some clutch overgrowths from PPD, some great Timbersaw play from Universe turned that game around. And well, EG now 1 win away from punching their ticket to Kiev, going to the Starladder Season 9 LAN Finals. It would be the first ever team from the American continent to go. EG actually qualified with their old roster, didn't end up going. That was the season after which Starladder said, we're not going to have American teams in our event anymore, but now they've expanded. They've gone global. And with that being said, on the dire side, you've got Liquid with Demon standing in. We'll introduce this team now as well. Liquid, they'll have Demon on the Sand King, Way 2 on the Bane, Bulba, your Bat Rider, TC the
30
Lycan,
seconds to
Quakefa, the Dragon Knight going solo mid, and on EG to introduce properly, Zai the Rubik, Mason the Puck, PPD the Tramp Protector, solo mid is Arteezy or Mr. 2001, and in the offlane, for me, probably the man of the hour, it's Universe on the Nyx Assassin.
Apparently Mason likes good girls now.
How quickly the winds shift.
He didn't want to be discriminating. Well, looks like Sand King will have an early boots first, too. And a lot of aggressive Observer Wars from Liquid, so they want to get this early game down, and they will get an invisibility, sorry, not an invisibility, an illusion rune on Sand King. How will the lane stack up? Zai...
Oh, first D-Ward fails.
Rutrow.
They have one more sentry here. But this ensures Liquid will have a good ward in the enemy jungle no matter what. And he actually fails both.
Oh,
Oh
GG.
boy.
Yowza.
This is big for Liquid.
They really need a pull. For some reason, PPD was like extremely high level early game last game, and I didn't expect that. And with this, he just won't be as high. TC starting off with the hell.
They go on Bulba, who's taking Sticky Napalm at level 1. I don't think it's enough damage to kill him, but it's enough to zone him out. He even turns around, throws out a very angry Napalm in return, and then PPD lumbers through the lane. There's an early point in Howl picked up for your Lycan, something that TC prefers to go for. I guess a lot of safe lane Lycans do, and, well, it'll help these solo lanes a bit, but TC taking a lot of harass from Universe.
Indeed. In the mid lane, we see Koipa matchup versus Arteezy, both of them sitting around 4 CS. Don't expect really anyone...
Oh,
I didn't see that. Did you see that?
nope.
Wait, so why does he keep getting Sticky Napalm level 1? I don't understand that.
Well, the last game they had First Blood.
Last game, I think they would have secured it without. It was like Bane.
That was the
on
game
top
versus
of-
Dog. Not last game, but the last time he
Yeah.
played Batrider.
That was Misery on the Bane, and they had like 5 heroes on top of them. I think it
But
would've
at
gotten
least
without.
understandable he
Right.
wants to make sure they get it.
But what about this game? This game's like, why?
Maybe they're just thinking, like, with the Howl and Sticky Napalm. All right, well, we won't miss this kill if it happens. Liquid are smoked up mid. But
Maybe they thought that he'd be in a one-on-one situation again. It's better on one-on-one.
well, what are
but-
they going to do? Go aggressive with Rubik and Tree?
Yeah,
That seems
I mean
pretty
that's
underwhelming.
maybe Bulba just mispredicted. I have no idea.
Universe, he's got a Carapace here. And Liquid aren't going to bother. Bulba does die first. Bat, one of the better offlaners to catch up. And he gives the first blood to the Puck, so... Oh, that's a concern. That could be a very, very fast Blink Dagger, potentially. Look at this mid lane. Quakefa's doing a nice job here so far. 11 and 2, not really taking harassment. Arteezy burning through his salve. He was pulled some tangos as well. And he's had been forced to go, actually, for a completed Poor Man Shield. Versus a DK.
He does like the poor man shield.
I mean, versus a ranged hero, it makes a lot of sense, but they bought another sentry? Oh, they finally got the D-ward. They did D-ward the pull.
Yay. 3 sentries, and they still won't get it for, I guess, I mean, they'll get a 3-minute spawn, but that's a small benefit. They need to be stacking up these 2 camps. I'm not really sure why. There's no one down here. They got to be doing it.
They're going to be stacking this one, though. Zai will look for the stack now, and Bulba just casually flying through the mid lane, trying to find Arteezy's bottle. They want to hate on him like they did last game, but they'll have less luck here.
Immediately upgraded at 3.
Yeah, they don't want to be caught off guard by that courier snipe.
There's a fairly large stack here. A tri-stack for good old Bulba. Universe may get initiated on up here very soon. They do have a ward, though, for him.
Yeah, Bulba's already just abandoned the bottom lane entirely, and Mason's going to have free farm here, so he could have an extremely fast Blink Dagger. Maybe we even see him just, get like the boots and then just go for it. Mono regen becomes a bit of an issue, but this is, is this a Midas puck game? Be like a 4-minute Midas.
I have seen him get Midas quite a few times on puck, in pubs.
Yeah, well, this is a big game to go for a Midas on puck. It would give them more access to late game. That's worth mentioning as well. For a lineup that's decent, but mostly counts on the Ember to carry the heavy load.
I mean, they can't really start moving around until Nyx is 6 anyway, so I wouldn't be opposed to the Midas. He's like complete free farm. It's going to be at like 4.5 minutes if he wants to get it.
Then again, you're rarely opposed to the Midas.
Yeah. Well, the Jug last game, I was like, I don't know about that. But
Yeah, the Jug Midas, it was pretty late, and it ultimately did not work out, so. Casual drive-by from Zai. Just letting them know he's alive.
Hey guys, what's up? There's a lot of stat camps though. So Bulba's finally cleared this one. This one's double stack, no golems. This one's a double stack. And Universe level 4. How are things going on the opposite side? How is Bulba
Naked.
doing? Level
Okay,
3?
it's a
Naked
naked blink.
Not bad.
I mean, sure, Blink doesn't cost mana, but you still have some spammable nukes and no bottle here.
It's
So
a blink before level 6. I don't remember
Yeah.
last time I've seen that.
I almost just wonder, like, is it worth it? Like, who's he gonna kill with the blink this early?
Yeah. That's why I was like, well, I mean, if he gets Midas Blink, how fast does he get his Blink Dagger? Probably
That's
like
true.
8 minutes?
Well, maybe you just don't go
9
the
minutes?
Midas. You just go like your more standard build.
Treads Blink.
Yeah.
Or Brown Boots Blink.
Like, the blink doesn't help you zone the Batrider out of lane. It doesn't really help you put pressure on him or trade effectively.
But now you don't have to worry about saving
That's
up
true.
for it, so that's nice.
That's true. That's the big thing is if Liquid want to gank him, well, it's almost not worth bothering at this point. Boba he did rotate back down, hits level 4, has his Tranquil Boots up, 300 gold. And hey, if the Puck just gets boots, a TP scroll, hits level 6, then he can get aggressive. Speaking of getting aggressive, Arteezy's been caught out mid. He does have his ultimate. They've got to chain stun this correctly. In comes the Living Armor, and he just remnants right to the high ground. Oh, that's frustrating for Liquid. They just don't have the levels yet. Only a level 2 Brain Sap. It's just not enough damage. Good news, I guess, is that they'll do a little damage to the tower here. But already Arteezy will just zip right back into the lane. Gets the free fountain trip.
And PPD's really fast about the living armors, too.
Yeah, good communication, and it does make the difference.
Help! Living armor me now!
Yo! Yo! Give me that armor. Boots are coming for Mesa next, I imagine, and I think for EG, farming well on... Both teams just farming well on all their cores. Nothing too crazy going on aside from the First Blood, so... This more comes down to just the mid-game. How are they going to execute? Who's going to make the better moves? I do worry a bit about Liquid supports, because they are under-leveled, but...
And they had to deal with a Blink Puck this early.
Yeah, when they don't even have the Sand King levels, the Sand King Blink. The one piece of good news is... just that they have more, like, tempo controllers as their solos. They've got the Dragonite who can set up fights. Lycan, not a tempo controller, but does come online fairly early. And the Bat, who's getting a decent amount of farm.
Yeah, his Blink will still be relatively late, maybe like 10 minutes, I think. He still has to clear quite a few creep camps out.
And Universe is about to hit 6. That's almost the bigger worry than this Blink Puck.
Yeah, and he has Arcanes on top of that. Or he will in 5
And that's where the maybe you don't need the bottle or the Arcane Boots if you've got your Nyx carrying a pair. So yeah, I'm worried for Liquid now as these two key heroes come online. And if they start getting kills, then Arteezy gets so much space to farm on his Ember Spirit.
He hasn't died yet. That's bad.
Yeah. Sure, the Lycan hasn't died either, but I just feel like the tempo controllers for EG can do a lot more right now than Liquid's. That's my biggest worry for Liquid.
Mm-hmm.
Wave 2's going to rotate through mid. They need to keep these stacks up as well. Sure, the Batrider's been using a lot, but they need to get the Blink Dagger up on the Sand King, and the levels up on him and the Bane, too. So, Liquid probably need to stay disciplined with their stacking, but they've been getting a lot of Mud Golems. Oh, this is some bad RNG.
Ouch. Ouch.
Whenever you see a Mud Golem in the jungle, a kitten dies.
Not if you're Lycan.
They're ugly creatures, too. I don't think they have mothers, but if they did, their mothers wouldn't love them.
Here we go. Koikba with the Invis Rune. Will they try and stop this push on bottom? It will be fended off at least for one more wave. Puck does have his Blink in case he wants to initiate. Wave 2 is only level 4, though. Yikes.
Zai, he's hanging out mid. He's also a bit under-leveled, level 3, but they're just giving the tree the level priority here. About to hit level 5, and... well, just both teams farming. Now Demon's going to look for some farming of his own. He'll clear out a double stack. Pretty nice stuff for him. Nyx not yet ganking. Normally you get Arcanes, you get level 6 or 7, and you see the Nyx move, but I guess they don't have too many easy targets. Maybe they can kill TC, although with a Belt of Giant Strength he gets pretty tanky. Koikfa's a difficult gank just because he's tanky, so I guess EG, just feeling like they'd rather counter gank than try and dive these incredibly hard to kill strength heroes.
At least until they get the Blink Dagger on Batrider. That's super important for them.
Oh, I was talking about EG.
Oh, EG? Yeah.
They just they don't want to try and gank Dragonite or
they
Lycan.
I think they need to put out some pressure. Like, this is a really good time to do so. They have the Blink on Puck, they have the level 6 on Nyx Assassin. Like, why not? They're just going to wait for Liquid to get their items and then maybe do Roshan, maybe get the Blink on Sand King pretty soon, maybe get the Blink on Batrider. There's a lot of bad things that are about to happen if EG continues to play super passively.
And if Liquid is really paying attention, they see PPD farming bottom, Puck is off the map. They should be suspicious. Now Universe goes missing as well, but Demon walks into it. He burrow strikes out. Dodges the Blink Silence, actually.
Nice play.
Demon Dota. Huge win there. That was a crucial smoke gank to dodge, and he's close to Blink, actually. I mean, you mentioned the Bat's about to get close to one. Demon is too. That was a big burrow strike.
That was quick.
Them reactions. Pretty legit. Now PPD could be in trouble. There's a lasso bottom lane. It won't be our first blood, but it could be our first kill going away of Liquid. Oh, boy. Yeah. No mana.
Well, he will have his Blink out, and let's see. 150 gold.
Oh, Blink. There's the coil deployed for Bulba. Suddenly, Arteezy arrives. He goes for the double kill. Jumps on the way, too, and this should be 2 down, I feel. Overgrowth even thrown out. Just securing the kill. It goes the way of the sleight of fists, and Arteezy makes it 3-0. Oh, Liquid, they dodged the one gang.
That was right before Bulba had his Blink Dagger, too. He had 1950, now he has 1650. So
looks like Liquid might get a kill mid.
With whom?
Well, they've got another hero rotating in, Invis Dragon Knight. But it's only this level 4 Rubik anyway. Well, not going to happen in the end. The Spidey senses are tingling.
Lycan working on that medallion.
Liquid do have the dire advantage. They still have all their towers up. They've got a really good Roche lineup, but I also feel it's hard to go Roche against these EG heroes. A lot of spam, a lot of good scouting abilities. Remnant that gives you vision, can't be destroyed. It's pretty hard to sneak one against EG.
Indeed, they don't really have great scouting tools for it. Yeah, Mason likes his phase. He likes
more of like a
phase
semi-carry build, I guess. Koikfa getting caught out mid by the Searing Chainsaw. TP out immediately. No lift available, but it's too much damage. Mason brings him down.
Behold.
4-0. Behold.
Behold.
Behold the downfall of the Dragon Knight.
Ember
Dragons.
Spear's been eschewing the level 4 Searing Chains for Max Flame Guard too. He did this last game
That's
as
a
well.
good word.
Eschew?
That's some good vocabulary from you.
I know my English. Anyways.
Sure you do, buddy.
Well, Liquid, they're down, but not out. They need the Blink Daggers, though. Blink Dagger on Sand King, Blink Dagger on Batrider, Blink Dagger on Bulba, coming out to him right now. They need to get kills, though, really badly.
They don't have a smoke yet, but there's one on the Courier Way, too. Also is level 6. It's pretty much the ideal opportunity for Liquid to dive, but they have to be careful about living armor and just counter ganks mid lane. Mason jumping in, silence on the demon. Oh, Bulba, he just showed his blink. So close to the lasso as well.
And wasted it. Did they use smoke? No, they didn't use it. Here they go,
No, they
immediately into the Roshan pit. They need momentum right now. Towers, kills, Roshan, one of those.
There's a Remnant here, though. This will be spotted. Actually, it just expired. Perfect timing from Liquid. The Wolves scout out the Remnant. It expires, and in they go. They pop the Hal immediately. Arteezy, currently top lane. He's got a TP scroll, but the time is not long for EG to defend this, and Liquid could pull a fast one on them. Now the Sand King blink. Double blink bros online. Demons ready on the high ground. If EG try to force this, as much as EG are good at stopping the Roche, Liquid are good at taking the Roche, killing it, and also winning the fight.
It's too late. They know what's up, but
they even popped a drum charge. They really want to contest this. Roche, low but not dead yet. Is it going to happen in time? TC's got to finish it off. In comes EG. He does get the Aegis. Now, EG in a bad position, and Demon looking for the epicenter coming from the high ground. He jumps in. He connects on 2. Huge damage from Demon. 2 will fall. The Aegis expended, and now a great Fiend's Grip from Way 2, locking Mason down. He's not dead yet, but he will get picked off. 3 heroes fall. They only lose Bulba's Batrider. And did they hold on to the Aegis there? They did lose the Aegis as well.
That fight could have even gone better. Batrider, he blinked in, and then he got silenced by Puck before he lassoed. And he was trying to go for the Puck, too. So, I mean, Liquid, really nice move there. They really need some momentum. They'll get 3 kills, the Roshan, the Aegis, and the tower.
And when you lose a team fight to Lycan, you lose towers. Not to mention the Dragon Knight as well. Let's just look at the tower. It just melts. They're actually TPing in to defend. But it's too late. Already the Necro 1 on its way, and things are looking a bit up for Liquid. Searing Chains won't connect. Arteezy makes his move. They did lose Aegis there, it should be mentioned, but Demon with the plays. That was a nice epicenter.
Yeah.
Without that blink on Sand King, I don't think they win that fight.
Nah, I don't think so either.
There's just like too many ways for EG to cancel an epicenter without it. Overgrowth, Puck Silence, and Coil. Nyx has multiple ways to cancel it as well.
Nyx has a Blink Dagger, though, too. Well, here we go. They're looking for someone to kill on bottom. Koikva, look, he has an Invis rune. Do they have any reveal?
No detection.
Well, if they get the sun on him before, I think they can burst him down before. We shall see.
Depends how quick he is on the reactions here. Koikva, about to be tested. No. No, maybe not. And while this is happening, Liquid are going to take top. Smoked up, baiting the Lycan, but also just going to ambush EG with a push. And EG will not trade effectively against this. There is no way they can match this level of tower destruction. Suddenly they're mid, and well, actually Liquid are scared. Looking at their vision, they see 0 Dire hero or Radiant heroes right now.
They are smoked up looking for them. Looks like Nyx will be the first one to TP in. They're still all around that area, though. But, I mean, with 2 Blink Dagger, it's still very difficult. Like, if they get caught right now, right here, into a Blink Epi, that is just super scary. So they have to be extremely careful about where they take a fight. Both of these teams, it looks like they will just dodge another day. Lycan, still pushing and farming.
Bulba farming his jungle on the way out. He'll retreat towards bottom. TC will start taking out the Ancients. Almost has the Necro recipe. And now EG may be in position to try and force the Tier 1 top, but Liquid quite happy to trade for the Tier 1 bottom, it looks like, if it comes to that. No, EG still, they don't want to push. No, they'll group up now. Looks like they're going to head towards top. Liquid will make their way towards bottom. Arcane Boots now online for Demon, and it'll be tower trading, but can EG have Living Armor, I guess, but Liquid have Lycan and Dragon Knight. I don't know if EG can actually trade effectively here.
I mean, they have a Living Armor, but that's just simply not.
There's also a glyph on Liquid. There's no glyph on EG. So this, maybe Liquid defend, or they just go for 2 and give up the Tier 1. Looks like they won't defend as of yet.
They can keep going if they want to.
Good scouting from RT. Just throws out the Sleight of Fist. Wants to see if anyone's there. That's one of the more annoying aspects of that spell as well. If it hits someone, well, you know there's somebody there.
Yeah, it's only 6-second cooldown too.
Yeah.
Well,
but at the same time, Liquid now clumped up under this tower. They'll have a great position to engage. Has Demon made his way into the trees yet? Bat Rider's flying high. Demon's hanging back a little bit farther. And EG will mount their defense, but already a lot of damage done. The Wolves are just beating away on the tower. The Necro 3's here as well. And Koikfa is not the hero EG want to be engaging onto. Oh, Demon. Now he needs to back. They found him, but the Blink Impale from Universe a bit late. And Demon, he's slow to blink out. It's almost like he wanted to bait them in. Was a bit of a chase attempt from Arteezy, but he'll back off towards mid.
who do you think's more scared of fighting right now? Because both teams seem pretty scared and reluctant to take a fight.
I think Liquid just don't want to fight yet because their big items are coming very soon. BKB on Dragon Knight, Lycan with the Necro 3. I don't know if I'd say they're scared. It's more like
they're just waiting for a good opportunity.
yeah, they're just being patient about it. But while they're being patient, Quickfoot is getting caught out in the river. Lasso's here though. Universe, the Carapace will stun up Bulba for a decent amount of time. Can they get off a Dragon Tail? No Dragon form. And now EG starts to descend. Arteezy jumps back in on Quickfoot once again. There's a defensive sleep ready. More heroes coming in. Is he going to go for another Sleight of Fists? Finally, the regen rune gets popped and ends the aggression. And the Necro 3 for TC being the other big thing, whereas you look at EG, like, do they have a big item about to come out? Not really, so I think Liquid are more just waiting for their key items. Blake in, Burrow Strike, Arteezy's been punished perhaps, but Universe gets the answer. The retort is a triple hero stun. Now the Overgrowth coming through. Arteezy is dead. Does he have buyback? He does. He'll use it now. Liquid on the chase. Bring down Universe. It's a 2-0 so far, and they want some more. PPD caught out. Arteezy's going to Remnant directly into the fight. Decent burst damage, but not enough. But now the Dragon Tail could spell his doom. Zai steals the Burrow Strike, connects on 3, but now gets slapped. Arteezy, can he do it alone? It doesn't seem like it yet, but Mason joins the fray. Drops the coil. Silence only connecting on the 1, but now TC could be next. Zai, the stolen Burrow Strike does more work. Mason picks up the triple kill. Koikfa, this could be another team wipe. Oh, that's 4 dead. Meanwhile, the Bane also clean up. Arteezy going down to Wolves. It's a team wipe going Liquid's way first, I believe. One more Wolf attack. Can they pincer him in? The Wolves on the chase. The face boots. Arteezy's too fast. Remnants away to the tower. Oh, he might have to Sleight of Fist to dodge these. The Wolf is still in pursuit. Will it get a crit? It does. It's not enough. It's just not enough. So 4 for 5, or 4 for 4, and a buyback from Arteezy in the end.
Teamfight recap. Where are we standing?
Who won? Liquid won? I guess the buyback making a big difference there in favor of Liquid.
And I think they got the tower too, didn't they?
Yes, you're right.
That was...
Experience was very even, but Gold Lead going well.
That could have been much worse for EG, though. I actually think that they kind of got lucky, not taking even more significant losses. Mason, nice cleanup duties there. Also with that stolen Burrow Strike, a lot of damage.
Zai did some work with that stolen Burrow Strike.
Yep.
And he's getting closer to a Blink Dagger, and that is... At that point, EG have triple Blink Initiation and Ember, who's basically got a free Blink Dagger.
Boba has been pretty underwhelming on this Bat Rider too. Usually you see Bat Riders, as soon as they get their blink, easy kill. Looks like Zai is gonna die.
Oh boy. Well, he'll lift. He'll go into the trees now, but just a few more claws and the swipes come in. But Universe is here. A 2-hero impale. Mason with the follow-up. It's cleanup duty from EG this time. TC could be next. It looked like an easy kill. How do they keep on doing it? They're just so freaking mobile, man.
Yeah, they're
They're
really
everywhere.
they're really fast at responding to ganks though. That's one you just think is an easy 1-0.
I feel like they've got the telepathic mind meld going on. You know?
I know where
Jeez.
these ganks are happening. Yeah, they're just so incredibly fast.
And that was the Lycan going down. That's the hero that's basically all of Liquid's damage output. This Dragon Knight, I guess, will be scary if he gets farm, but Quakefuss just got his basics so far. Not really ready to be dishing out a lot in the team fights.
PPD in some trouble.
He'll go Invis now, but Bulba's flying high, lassos him in, the vacuum lasso connects. One of those longer range lassos where it feels like it's well outside of the AoE, but it's just like they're just in range for a split second, then it just sucks
That
you back
double
in.
edge though. That double edge was like the epitome of not melee.
That was like the vacuum
buggy.
lasso of double edges.
That was absurd.
Yeah, Dota's weird like that sometimes. I feel like this happens more in Dota 2 than in Dota 1, but maybe that's just nostalgia blinding me.
So Liquid still with a slight edge. I think they have a slightly better map control with the Batrider, and they have a much better Roshan lineup. So I think they can continue their lead for a little bit. Their gold lead's only at 2,500 though, and they have pretty good items to complement it too. Lycan will have his Necro 3 out on just 600 gold, and looks like there may be an engage here.
Arteezy's coming in. Is he going to look to initiate here? He's got a lot of backup, scouting things out. Farming his own woods for now. Flamebreak will clean up the Centaur, and Liquid, with 2 heroes missing, do not want to be overly aggressive, and EG take this opportunity. They know there were just a few bottom, therefore they know Liquid can't have too many mid, and they'll look to jump on wave 2. Well, maybe not. They're going to strike towards the northern route, head up the river, make their move, and they ping out exactly where TC's going to be. Oh, this could be a train wreck. If they lose the Lycan again, just would be a disastrous death, and he just spotted out now. Blink Silence is there. The Ember follows up, and the burst damage is way too much from EG. No chance for the Lycan. The Stolen Wolves. Oh, boy. There is a gem on Liquid on the Batrider, so it's not the biggest deal, but still very annoying to give those wolves away.
Yep. We'll scout out Liquid's jungle, and Roshan is going to respawn in about 30 seconds time. So just about when TC revives. He does not have his Necro 3 completed though. Only 850 gold on him. Koikwa does have his BKB and 2,700 gold to complement. So 5-1 and 2. It may be a second time, but he is playing very well.
Do the wolves stick around after you steal another spell, or do they despawn?
I am not sure. I would assume they stick around.
Okay. I mean, they don't last that long anyway. But
Yeah.
just random mechanics question. Want to see if you're awake?
think
You
it
awake,
should-
Ben?
Should be up.
You awake?
Yeah. I'm good.
Or is this all just a dream?
Too much Inception stuff.
LDception.
Okay, so you do keep it according to K-Pop-tosis. Yes, Kuroki's stolen Spirit Bear. That feels like ages
And
ago.
familiars too. I've seen and like psionic traps too. I guess they don't have limited duration though.
Yeah.
But
Look at this, it's a wolf party. Some wolf-on-wolf action. It's getting hot and spicy here in the Roche pit. And now they'll look to take this Roche. And EG, really not in position to contest. But they are just split pushing here, going for some trades. Liquid, I guess it'll just be a free Roche.
more wolves going in. Could be a deny.
Is Bulba left the Roche pit? The Aegis is picked up. Last hit goes to the Dire. Crisis averted, but I guess they forgot about the Stolen Wolves because they really should have left the bat there. Meanwhile, top lane, they want to go on Arteezy, but actually there's some backup. Bulba gets stunned, but also Wave 2's here, and now it's Universe who will be the ultimate victim in this game of one-upsmanship. The brain set brings them down. And now Liquid with the multiple TPs top. EG will sense an opportunity to get aggressive bottom. But this is a game where the early gem and the early Necro 3 makes PPD significantly less scary with his shenanigans with Nature's Guys.
And Nick's assassin with Vendetta.
Yeah.
They're forced to use it like in the middle of fights and can't really use it to initiate.
It was definitely one of their bigger mistakes in the first game, was not getting an earlier gem or sentries, and, well, because of the Nyx, it's almost mandatory anyway, so it'll have that extra benefit of somewhat shutting down the tree as well.
And the Stolen Wolves. Woof woof.
Woof woof. He's still got them. He's just using them, like, all over the place. This is fun as a Rubik player. It's, you know, you get to play a little micro Dota. Arteezy works towards a Battle Fury now. Quakefa, Assault Caress coming, and with... That's where, like, if this game goes late enough, I feel the Dragon Knight can end up being more of the hard carries. The range AoE slow, reliable stun for the Ember, who I'm not sure if he's going Battle Fury or Lincoln's, but might want to go Lincoln's here. I think they need both almost in some ways, but well, either way, yeah. This Dragon Knight almost level 16, and once he gets AC, he's gonna hit hard.
I think Liquid has a pretty sizable lead right now. Goldgraph is only 3,500, but in terms of momentum, late game, map control, Roshans is just much better for them.
Fiend's Grip goes in mid. The Firefly was stolen, but the Burrow Strike comes in. Demon Epicenter's right on Desai, who starts flying for the cliff, but he won't make it out. A 2-for-0 exchange, and now they'll just plot a course directly down mid, except there's a push top, and they'll have to deal with that first. Yeah, I think Liquid's Death Ball is pretty fearsome. Assault Cuirass, Necro.
I'm surprised they didn't translate that into a tower push.
Well, it like Arteezy was like here.
Oh, here they
the
go.
tower.
Well, back door.
There you go. Right into a tower push, and Living Armor is no match for these mass minions. A tower just melts. Easy gold for Liquid, and that makes them moves them one step closer to the Assault Cuirass. Arteezy's trying to be cute in the woods, and Liquid seem to know his style. They know the cut of his jib, and they just might find him. This is not a particularly safe move from Universe. Remember, there's the gem. Necro 3 is on cooldown for now, but Boba actually tucked away in the woods. Arteezy's going to show himself, though. I don't know if they realize, but there's a lot of Liquid heroes here. Does he have a Remnant up anywhere nearby? A Remnant into the trees. He'll TP out, but they're going to catch him. He can Remnant into the tree still, but he's got no TP scroll anyway. And, well, there's a lasso. They're not using it yet. They're worried about the backup, I guess, Arteezy. Still baiting this, just buying time for himself. Full Spirit. Both directions. Unfortunately, he's just wasted. Well, he's only got one Spirit left now, and it won't matter. Arteezy falls again. Liquid.
That was questionable.
They've got the lockdown from. I don't know what that second Spirit was either. But I don't know if it would have mattered anyway. Just hard to run from bat. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Koikfa on the chase, and PPD. I wish him luck, but Necro 3 is cooling down in 5 seconds. And there's... Oh, he's going to TP out right now. The pings come out, TC saying, Koikfa, what you doing, man? The Koikfa stun was cooling down anyway. Arteezy dying, he's their... I mean, what does Puck have? He's building towards the site. Arteezy is their only damage dealer, really.
Yeah, it's the Battle Fury completed. It's not the worst thing in the world, but they have so many disables to lock them down, though. Blink Sand King stun, the Lasso, and the Bane ultimate, as well as Dragon Knight stun. They don't have a Shadow Demon to back them up like they did the other game. They have Tree, but that's not enough. And Nyx Assassin goes in, but he dies, too.
Well, last game they had Timber as their offlaner. This game they have the Nyx. So I feel like there's a lot more pressure on the Ember to be the damage dealer.
Mm-hmm.
And Liquid also just tankier. They have Dragon Knight. Assault Cuirass is coming right now in the Courier. So you look at his armor, 42 armor, 40 armor. Yeah, good luck killing him. Once he gets 1 HP item, I mean, be it a Heaven's Halberd, maybe he goes for just a straight Heart Rush as his next item, but I don't know how much Ember's going to do this game, honestly. It like almost has to go ultra late game. Or you just have to hope for the cleaves to be effective and get some good cleaves that ignore your armor.
This is where I would have liked to see the Midas on Puck. He had such good farm early game, and now he's just kind of like, it's just a Puck.
Yeah, it's phase drums. He'll be your initial lockdown, but he's just not the damage dealer. Aegis reclaimed in 1 minute. Liquid just hanging on, and they found Universe again. Boba's on the hunt, and Universe a bit slow on the Carapace. There's a 4-step. They'll bring him back in right into Demon's waiting arms. Happy to punch his former teammate a bit, and they'll secure the kill there.
Punch him!
Punch him indeed. Well, this is looking better and better for Liquid. Game 1 felt like it was within their grasp. And now in Game 2, EG leading 1-0 in the series, but more and more it's feeling like they're going to have to make some spectacular plays to come back in this game. And they'll need some spectacularly big items on Arteezy as well.
Boba's having some pretty good ganks as soon as he gets his gem. He's a lot more confident in the way he moves around the map.
Arteezy, not again. Fiend's Grip is here. Epicenter as well. They waste no chances. He actually got off a... No, that was just a flame break. I thought he spirited like 2 feet to the right, but they've got some chain stun. I mean, this is the thing. Last game they didn't have this much lockdown. They have so much stun for Ember. This is how I guess you deal with the hero. Just get massive viable stun.
Yep.
With an extra helping of lockdown.
I guess they didn't have to ban it out after all.
Well, Liquid showing that they have a game plan for it, at least so far, but they haven't won yet. We'll start working on the tier 2.
That tower. Oh my gosh, that thing dropped in like 5 seconds.
I moved just to like show EG,
Holy
see if they'll defend.
crap.
And the tower was dead when I came back. Ay, ay, ay.
That's some absurd damage. But can they end the game? EG's...
They don't need to end it now. They should just
That's
also
true.
like put some aggressive wards down and just restrict EG into their base, I feel.
Yeah, they can... They have full reign of the map. Batrider's just doing a good job of making everybody scared. That's what Nixon is supposed to be doing, but he can't because of the gem and because no one else can really go with him. I guess Puck kinda, but Puck is pretty scared too. He has a scythe though.
That could be a big item for EG. I think that the roles are almost reversed. Last game it was like Liquid had to get the pickoffs and EG were better in the team fights, but as Liquid's just 2 beefy strength carries get bigger and bigger, I think it goes the other way. I think Liquid are the stronger team fight lineup, and EG, lots of AoE, but just not enough damage to bring down the cores. Need to be just isolating them and bringing them down one at a time.
I would have liked to see a different draft from them though. To like with the Puck in the safe lane and Nixon off lane, it's like, well, what's your plan late game if it gets to this point where you're a little bit behind? Like, what are you actually delaying for?
Well, Ember could always get some rapiers.
This is true. There's so many suns out for him though.
Yeah, that's where, like I said, I mean, it almost feels like he needs a Lincolns. Sure, they need damage on him, but
Or BKB.
yeah.
Or
Even
both.
BKB, there's lasso and grip and mass physical damage and instant stun. So is BKB even going to do anything?
Yeah, Lincoln's is kind of. I mean, they're both not
Right.
very good.
It's like you want both, and then you want some damage items, and there's only so much map to farm at a certain point. And Liquid, the creeps come marching in. Straight into the tower, the wolves will dodge away from the stolen orb. Or not the stolen orb, just the puck orb. And away they go. There's your slash. It will bring down some of the Necro minions. Ember, Tree. This Ember Tree combo is just so annoying to break base against. But I think Liquid are just going to say, you know what? We have room to grow, and we've got a lineup that scales quite well. Dragon Knight can get 2-3 more items. Lycan can get Abyssal Blade. He can get a heart. They don't really have pressure to end the game now. I don't think they're in that much trouble. Do you?
No, they're not.
I like the fact that they're slow rolling it.
Treant Protector, he's not useful versus Lycan. People keep saying he's a counter. What has he done versus Lycan this game? Nothing?
Not on his own. It's more like in the context of a team fight where you can just lock him down reliably. If he's split pushing, you can potentially slow down the split push, but counter is a strong word. I'd say he's just good against. He's decent against Lycan.
I would like to see some win rates, and if they're outside of the normal.
K-pop 5-0 Tree.
That's pretty good.
50% considering Lycan is
What's our sample size here?
12 games.
12 games? That's all right.
He's decent. I mean, again, it's not like a 90% win rate, but
In theory,
you're just a Tree hater.
in theory, it sounds okay. And last game, Tree was amazing.
Yeah.
This game, it's like, maybe it's more the Nyx that I'm unimpressed with. I don't know. It just seems like something's very lacking in EG's composition.
Like you said, I think it's just the lack of like a true secondary core, and Liquid have one, and they've got the better lockdown.
Well, they have Puck. Puck's huge.
But again, it goes huge, but mostly utility. There's no like Fada dig on 5 here. Didn't go for the early mice. I mean, this is all you expect out of a Puck, but they kind of have the Puck. Like their supports don't do a lot of damage either. Tree doesn't do damage. I think that's the one big issue with him. It's basically a 0 damage support. So you need cores that do an insane amount, and only Ember does a lot. Maybe that's the issue, just the lack of damage on these supports.
I mean, Nyx is nice, but he's really nice versus int heroes. And, like, Storm Spirit, Tinker, all those sort of things. And
Quakefoot just gets off of BKB. The Overgrowth's there. He's going to pop his ultimate and fight his way out. Demon comes in. Burrow strikes here. Epicenter's going to follow. It's 2 caught out, but 1 will just make it down to the low ground. Arteezy's been isolated. He'll just throw the slashes out. Still will fall, but Liquid get the triple kill. Bulba cleans them up. And this is what we were talking about, the Dragon Knight. 42 armor, way too tanky for EG to burst down. Once the nuke's in, he pops BKB. He's back to full HP after the fight, and I think EG are just out of gas. They don't have the damage to deal with Father Dragon.
is DK the Ember counter?
He seems quite good against him.
He seems very good against him.
He just tanks the Sleight of Fists, the instant stun, forces the towers.
Good range, hard disable, instant, so he can't
And
dodge.
he can deal with the harass mid better because of that high armor and the regen as well.
Yep. I like
Maybe
it.
it's similar to the Tree versus Lycan where it's not a hard counter, but it's just a good matchup. But it's working. That's all that we know for Liquid. Elder Dragon form will end. EG still have their whole team up in 10 seconds. Maybe Liquid looking to force out a buyback. Glyph gets popped out. There's a Blink Impale, only on the creep wave. But with no Elder Dragon form, no Epicenter, Liquid should just look to wait it out.
At least wait until your Necro 3.
They're gonna smoke. Are they gonna go right back in?
The fake back.
Liquid. They're giving the runaround here to EG.
They ping out on Mason.
Oh, this is ballsy. This is ballsy, but he's quick on the phase shift. The Blink also, the Burrow Strike also missing from Demon. BKB was popped. Well, they gave it a shot. Now they need to get the hell out.
Nice try. Mason, nice reactions.
Yeah, that's where it's like, it's been a long day. Maybe he's asleep at the wheel. Mason is very much awake. He's had some caffeine in his system.
Yeah, if they had that, they could translate that into a T3 push, maybe even force a buyback out of Puck.
He didn't have buyback, so that
He
would have
didn't?
been
Oh.
Rax, I think. Because Glyph had already been used as well.
He's pretty close.
Yeah, 80 gold. Maybe if he got a kill before dying, he would have had it.
Mm-hmm. Well,
But he lives to fight another day.
yeah, that's super scary. Well, so what does Ember get now? Like 3 Battle Furies and a Daedalus? And hopefully
Basher.
he carries?
Now this is the Lycan we did not get to see earlier, which is when he starts reaching like God mode levels of farm. Get the Abyssal Blade out, get rid of the medallion. You still got room for one more item. You can get your Boots of Travel. And he can solo kill like almost anyone with an Abyssal Blade.
Yeah, he has 3
They don't have
Roshims.
the disruption this game. Blink in, there's a silence as well. PPD's here with the Overgrowth, but they thought TC was traveling alone, and he's traveling with a lot of friends. Nice mana burn there from TC. They don't have their full team yet, though. Demon's struggling to catch up. He's still trailing. Arteezy could join the fight, but Liquid are just not hesitant at all. They've got their Dragon Form back online. Level 3, he's going to force this. Expect Elder Dragon Form any second now. Zai, he's stolen Howl. This could be a big spell to give to his team. In comes Mason as well, but TC just starts taking huge chunks of HP out of Mason. The damage on this squad. Another Blink, though. Impale is there. Remember, there's an Aegis on TC. Even if he dies, Liquid can still stick around, I believe. They've got their BKBs up. They might just BKB and force the fight. TC, thinking about a retreat. Liquid, are they going to stick around? Catapult's still here, but lacking the creep support. They're a little hesitant. They want to find the right opening. There's also the BKB on Demon. We saw it last fight. And in goes Bat. Bulba's found the opening. Immediately something stolen here. And going back the other way, the Burrow Strike on 2. Demon Dota at your service, ladies and gentlemen. Now the Overgrowth from PPD. Triple buyback from EG. They're desperate, but it doesn't matter. Liquid are just chewing them a new one. And it looks like they might have done it. All the buybacks isn't enough to jump into a Nyx Impale. Maybe EG can turn it around. TC, no more ultimate, dropping pretty low. They've taken racks. All Liquid want to do is get out, and all EG want to do is punish them. They've got to make these buybacks work. A nice Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains combo. Demon's dropping low. He's got Cheese here, though. He'll Burrow Strike to the high ground. Still alive, and Koikfa's still alive. It's way too tanky. They just can't bring this dragon down. They're focusing him with everything they have. The Stolen Lasso, it's still not enough. He's still alive. Finally, I believe he'll fall. He gets off the stun. Arteezy lives to fight another day. Oh my goodness. Thank God for teamfight recaps. Well, Liquid, they got the racks. Is it over yet? It's finally over, Ben. Who won? Liquid got racks.
Liquid for sure. They did use a lot, though, the Aegis and not the Cheese.
4K net worth change in favor of Liquid. 800 gold change. So that's like a 3,000 gold swing and racks down and Abyssal Blade up for the Lycan.
And 3 buybacks. Jeez.
Yeah, they bought back
That's rough.
on Puck, Nyx, and Tree. Not on the Ember, I guess. So Arteezy does... maybe he just goes Rapier here, but I don't know if Rapier is even enough. Like, even with the
Yeah.
Rapier, I think this Dragon Knight still tanks through it.
Yeah. I'm not sure
Which does more damage, actually.
Daedalus is by far safer for the amount of gold that you throw in.
Yeah.
I don't think it's... Like, the risk for Rapier is just not
You probably want at
It's
least
too
the
much.
one Daedalus first before you go for it.
yeah, Daedalus is just ownage.
Well, whatever he's going for, I think they can tank through it. Did you see how long that Dragon Knight lived? And he's going to get bigger soon. He'll have an MKB out, and then he starts building Lifesteal. Then you get your Satanic up as your next big item. Well, no MKB. He'll go Daedalus here. There is no evasion, actually, on EG, so he'll be hitting quite hard. You got to consider the Howl. And the Vladzar.
He's so tanky. Koikva, my goodness.
He's just disgusting. Like, it took them so long to kill him. It was, like, a good 20 seconds.
Bobo might find PPD right now, though.
They're hunting him. Firefly available. They've got the gem up as well. And Bulba's looking to make a move, but EG are well positioned to at least stagger a retreat out of that. By the way, more Necros coming out. Wait till we'll build one. I don't know about these Mass Necros versus Ember, because he can just, like, Sleight of Fist them down. And he doesn't take the damage while he's Sleight of Fisting. That's
Batrider had to pick up a new gem. Looks like one's in Nyx Assassin's inventory now. Here it goes. Glyph is finally up.
Dragon Knight's up in the front lines for now. This time around, they don't have an Aegis, but they have a Cheese on Lycan, and it is a Rapier. Arteezy's going to look to turn the game with just, not even a desperation item, just a go big or go home choice. Bulba blinks in, but he doesn't connect. There could be an overgrowth here. The stolen Frost Dragon slowing him down for Zai. Now they need to retreat. With the BKB down on Bulba and the Dragon form about halfway done. Blink Impale. Dragon Knight very tanky. Sleight of Fist comes through, crashing through, but it just doesn't do much to Koifa. He barely lost HP. Now they find Mason. No coil for this fight. Will he buy back?
He doesn't even do that much damage to Dragon Knight with a Rapier.
Yeah.
Like, look at him.
Dragons
It's a
have too
freaking
much armor.
Rapier!
He's got too much armor. He has 43 armor. What is the damage reduction on that is 72% physical damage resistance, and EG have 0 minus armor. So take this 500 damage and it's what, 125? Something like that?
Come on, Rapier.
Well, he needs a crit now. This is where he needs the crit. One thing to mention is if he cleaves onto the Dragon Knight, the armor is ignored. So we'll see if that happens. But for now, the Impale comes through, and they just start banging around the tower. They don't even feel they need the Dragon Knight ultimate, but they could be wrong about that. Koifa dropping pretty low. TC, he's held in position by the Searing Chains. They'll chew their way through this living armor. It finally goes down. Another blink. Koifa dodging it with the BKB. And now Demon says, you know what? I want to fight too. Epicenter's at the ready. It's going to come through. Connects on everyone. Huge AoE damage done. And Liquid just start blowing them up. And we're going to a game 3, ladies and gentlemen. Liquid have done it. They take game 2. They thought they were going to be out after one loss, but it turns out they've got a game 3 ready to roll.
I'm not impressed with Rapier on Ember Spirit. I was like, oh no, he's just going to own, and then he just like tickled.
I don't think it would have mattered. He could have had a data list. It would not have made a difference.
I thought it was going to own.
Maybe he does like 250, 300 damage, but dude, he had 43 armor.
I
72%.
still didn't like their draft. Their draft was poopy. It was
more
worse
like
than game 1.
more semi-carry
More
potential.
damage.
Yeah,
Just any damage. Or like a threat as your position 1, because they could just focus Ember Spirit, and then they didn't have to worry about Puck farming. Like, Puck gets free farm, whatever. Who cares?
Yeah. And also that lack of minus armor, like LD mentioned, they just had no tools to deal with the Dragon Knight once he got that tanky.
Yeah.
Just straight up.
Last game they had Timber. And, I mean, as much as Arteezy ended the game with the most damage, Timber probably did like 70% of the damage in those 2 big team fights. The one mid, which was very early game when Arteezy had like phased Drum Aquila, and then the other one in the dire jungle, where Tree almost died, PPD got off Overgrowth. But how much can Universe really do when he's on Nyx? He had some good impales, hit 2-3 heroes, but
I think
just no
the
follow-up.
Nyx picks was preemptive, though, because Liquid had the last pick, and they were like, okay, well, they're probably going to draft something, maybe like a Tinker.
it seemed like it was like designed to like discourage the Tinker.
And then the Dragon Knight pick, they're like, well, we don't have any solution for Dragon Knight. We don't have a Timber Saw to deal with him. No pure damage, no minus armor, no minus strength, no anything. And they just got rolled by Dragon Knight. Nothing. They could do nothing versus him.
Dragon Knight seems very good against Ember Spirit.
He's legit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mentioned Brewmaster, but Dragon Knight plays a very similar role. Very tanky, except he transitions a little bit better than that Brewmaster does into the late game. So maybe we have found our antidote to the Arteezy Ember Spirit. Now, what'll be interesting is coming into game number 3, EG have first pick once again, and will they take the Ember Spirit?
We need PPD's tilt status.
That's a new production feature.
We need an update
the
on
tilt meter.
Yeah, I mean, hard to say how tilted he was going into game 2, but game 1 he was at maximum tilt, and he played pretty darn well. So
EG, I mean, they lost. I didn't really feel like they were tilting in their play.
No, I
like
don't
the
think
triple
so.
buyback, they had to. They were losing racks. They had to force something.
that felt like almost more of a draft
I think
issue
they
than
just got
anything
outplayed.
else.
It was a draft issue.
Maybe they were tilting before the game started, but
They gave away Lycan, firstly.
yeah.
Like, why aren't you banning out Lycan
What
when
did
they're
they-
not first pick?
What did
It was Invoker and
something else. Yeah.
I can't remember now. I didn't write it down.
I can look it up. One sec.
Invoker plus
But
something.
I think the game is gonna start. Oh no! I'd have to download the replay. So never mind that.
Okay.
I'm
All
gonna-
right. But
Darkseer.
Darkseer.
No,
no,
that was EG's
that's
bans.
other
Liquid's
bands. Darkseer Naga?
Darkseer and Naga.
Centaur. Why ban Centaur? Why ban Centaur over Lycan? Centaur was not that big of a deal in game 1. He's nice.
He's annoying.
Why
I
ever
mean,
give away Lycan?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, we sound like a broken record. We've been saying it every cast, but the hero just keeps on winning.
Well, maybe they thought they're like, well, they're going to take Lycan so we can get the Ember instead of them first picking Ember. But I don't really think you're scared of a Liquid first pick Ember. But anyways, someone was talking about it before
you gotta join the lobby here.
Someone was talking about how before, like, okay, if you win with the strat, you don't run the same strategy twice because the team that lost are like, okay, we know what we did wrong. We know what heroes would have worked well because they're obviously discussing what went wrong. How can we win the next game? And then they already have the solutions. And if you go with something different, they're not ready for it. But they look to be ready against the Ember and the Train Protector. And PPD's definitely gonna have to draft something different for Game 3.
Yep. So we'll have a quick break here before Game 3 gets going. Okay. Okay, so we're not going to have a quick break here. Game 3 is just about to get underway. And, well,
Okay.
it's, geez.